What's up, Gearholics out there? It's me, Zach, coming to you guys with another review. I'm going to be doing a review today over the Buck Vantage Select model, but this is the large model, or the large size of the Select. A great knife for the EDCer or especially an EDC roll or a camp knife. This is the blade that you're going to want to get. Guaranteed, hands down, proven by me to last. I've used not this particular blade, but other blades, another model exactly like this for camp chores and everyday task use, and it has excelled extremely well at it. I have found no problems with the blade. It has never failed on me, or done anything weird that I felt like hinders its ability to do any kind of task really. I've used my other model. I have a Buck Avid model. And it has excelled extremely well at anything I put at it, even down to wet environments, getting in and out of water, camping, hiking, food preparation. It has excelled at almost every single level that I could put it at as a general purpose EDC / camp knife. So I know for a fact that the Big Brother is going to be just as good. I'm going to get one and I'm going to test it out. I really am. And this is actually a gift. It's going to someone else, but I'm just using it as kind of a reference guide right now so I can do this video. The overall length on this knife is 7.625 inches. The blade length of 3.25, a handle length of 4.375, and a thickness, at the maximum thickness, of 0.53 inches thick, which is really nice. It's got glass reinforced nylon handles, GRN. It is black. They only come in black for the Select model. It has a 420 high carbon stainless steel blade. It has to have a satin finish and is obviously a plain edge and is a drop point design, which is really nice. So there's a hollow grind on there. Drop point. It's a really great blade, especially for EDCers. It's just a general purpose blade shape, which is really nice. You know, you can do almost any kind of chore with this blade style. You know, whether it's cutting delicately or aggressive cutting, and really peeling away at wood. I think this knife would excel extremely well, especially this large size, at doing a little bit of wood processing. Nothing heavy duty, but definitely some light work. Maybe a little bit of light batoning. And maybe making some feather sticks extremely well, I'm sure, especially with the razor sharp edge. I got this from the actual Buck factory, when they shipped it out, and I haven't touched up the edge at all, and it's razor sharp. I don't have a piece of paper, so I can't really show you guys how sharp it is, but I take my word for it. It's sharp, and I like my knives razor sharp, and this is sufficiently sharp for me. The glass reinforced nylon handles are going to be great in any kind of wet weather environment, any kind of moisture content. You know, if you have to put this in your waistband against your skin, if you're working out or if you're doing any kind of like sweaty chore work, if you sweat on this, it's not going to ruin anything. It's not going to ruin the handles or anything. It may get in the mechanism, or maybe, I guess, the pins, but the handles will not be affected at all. If you have to take this thing into the water, let's say you're a fisherman and you like fishing, I would say this will probably excel really well, and it'll stand up to corrosion quite well. I've had a lot of experience with 420 HC in a lot of wet conditions in fresh water, and I have not found any blade of mine to really rust up to a substantial point that I could not use it. And it is very manageable and very forgiving steel. It is kind of tough. A tougher steel to sharpen and get to a razor sharp edge, but you can get it there. You can get it there, and I do believe that this blade would be extremely sharp if you put the right kind of edge on it and the right kind of time into it for sharpening. It has a very sturdy pocket clip on it, which is left. It's left or right carry only, with the tip up only. But this is nice because, it really is, it feels like a safe knife. It doesn't feel like it's going to open at all. It slips into your pocket perfectly, and then it hides because it's got such a deep pocket clip to carry into inside your pants. So nobody really actually sees a whole lot of the knife protruding So it's nice. You can carry such a large blade, but have such have so very little protruding out from it. It's smart. It's so smart, Buck. You guys did an excellent job of doing that. And I just personally love this clip. I love the clips on all this whole series of knives. It's excellent. The blade is a manual. It is a manual deployment blade. There is no assisted opening. You have to manually open it, whether you're using the actual. It's like a little thumb stud here, or like a finger stud, where you flick it. You kind of give it a little bit of a wrist flick, and it flies open. Or you can manually fold it using this actual drilled-in hole back here. Get some of your meat in there and just kind of flick it open. I feel like it works really well for me. I have pretty large hands too, and this thing fits my hands really well. The whole handle and everything fit my hands really well. My large hands. It is a liner lock, so when it's actually locked, it's a liner lock. So, and it engages quite well. It's like almost dead center on there, which is nice. And it's really thick. It's actually a pretty thick liner, and it's really deep. So I don't feel like it's gonna fail at all. And even if it does fail, the inside components of how the actual blade is actually inserted, the blade is not going to actually come back and try to cut you. It's not going to try to flip back and cut you from the top if this lock fails. And most likely it's going to fail under pressure, pushing down or banging on it. So it's a relatively sturdy, well-founded knife. Great knife. Blade length 3.25 inches, and it only weighs 3.7 ounces for the overall blade. 3.7 ounces, and you're getting that much knife, and it runs in the $25 range, $25 to $30 range, and you're paying that much for that blade. That's an amazing price that you're getting for that entire blade. For an EDC camp roll knife, you can beat the crap out of this knife and not have to worry about it, and go back and replace it if it breaks or fails or something happens to it and you lose it. You can just replace it for so cheap and so easy. It's such a great blade. I cannot say enough about this series. Buck got it right the first time around, and I really appreciate what you guys have done, Buck. Please keep up the great work. That's all I really have time for right now, and that's all I really have to say really about this knife. But if you guys have any more questions or anything, leave a comment at the bottom, and I'd be more than happy to respond or reply. Or if there's any videos that you guys want me to do stuff on, let me know. And this is Gearholic. You guys be safe out here, or out there, not in here. You guys be safe out there, and try not to cut yourselves. All right, Gearholic, out.